All right, so first thing we're going to be covering is what we see going forward when it comes to marketing. Because, you know, this type of marketing for Pizza Hut, with you like just putting that outside your gym, saying, hey, we do fitness, it's really not going to work. Okay, takes a little bit more than that. So starting off wise, let's talk a little bit about Facebook ads, because right now and going forward, that's what we see is still the dominant way to get new clients in your door. The two types of objectives that you should be sticking with are your traffic ads. So that would be like your clicks to website ads with images, okay, and that sort of thing. Or your video view ads. Those are still your two best objectives when it comes to your Facebook ads. Cost. Every year, from last year to this year, we've seen a pretty significant increase in what we have to pay daily to get the traffic that we got last year. Do not expect that to stay the same going into next year. It's going to continue to rise. The reason for that is the more marketers that come onto that platform, the more saturated it becomes, so the more Facebook can charge to get in front of the audience that you want to get in front of. So right now, we've seen that the price that you should be paying per day when it comes to marketing to your cold audience is anywhere between $40 to $50 a day. Now, some of you may not know what's a cold audience. Okay, I know a lot of you guys do. But a cold audience is someone that hasn't engaged with you or with any of your ads. So that means if you're setting up a Facebook ad and you're just targeting, 35 to 55-year-old females within a 10-mile radius of your area, that's a cold audience. And you've got to spend more on that one because there's going to be more people within that audience. Everybody understand that? Okay. Now, going into the custom. So if you're sending out an ad to a custom audience, and I'll cover what that is in a second, you only need to spend between $5 to $10 a day. The reason for that is because it's a much smaller audience. It's way more targeted, so you don't need to spend as much. If you actually spend too much on this, they're going to see your ad too often, and then they're going to mark it as they don't want to see it anymore. So be cautious of that. So a custom audience, that would be an audience that has engaged with you some way. So they've gone from one of your cold ads and they've clicked on it, gone to your website, watched the video, something like that, and you have pixeled them. Okay, I'm not going to be getting into how to pixel audiences, that kind of shit. I've got videos that walk you through how to do that. It's a whole hour-long presentation on that. But you've got to make sure that you've got your Facebook pixels on your website to make sure that you're capturing these audiences, okay, that engage with you. Because you're way more likely to convert these people on your custom audiences because you know in some way that they're interested in what you're doing. But it may take them quite a while before they actually come in and pay you. For myself, my average is someone has to be on my email list for 1 year before they actually purchase from me. For you guys, the industry average is a lot less than that. Usually it's about 6 months. But most of the time, they're not going from a cold audience straight into buying from you. They're going to research you. They're going to stalk you. You're going to have to, the points of contact, as in they got to see marketing from you, I think it's around like 21 to 25 points of contact. Okay, that means they need to see your ad about 25 different times, or see a flyer, see your wrapped vehicle, something. Okay, and that counts as a point of contact. So, like I said, the cost will continue to rise. It's going to. It's going to continue to rise until we break the platform. That's just the way it goes with any marketing, with any platform. Okay? We as, let's say, we as marketers, hopefully, we're all marketing, which I know some of you guys really aren't. But we as marketers, for marketing our business, that's the way it goes. So for me, I'm betting we've got 5 more good years, okay, with Facebook. before we break it, and some other platform starts to rise, okay, and take over. I have no idea what that's going to be, but yeah. But we've been at it with the rate of cost increase and the rate of marketers coming onto the platform. What we're seeing year after year, it just continues to rise. So I wanted to show you guys video-wise. So I mentioned video views, and here's being one of the top ways to get in front of people. So I wanted to show you guys this chart of how videos are being viewed on the Facebook platform. So you can see here, this is average interaction by topic. Now this is pre-recorded videos, you guys. Pre-recorded videos that you post on there, not live videos. Okay. So you see, food is number 1, fashion and beauty after that, animals, do-it-yourself, humor. You see health and fitness down here, health up here. So this is a good chart to kind of take into mind and look at. This is what people want to see. Okay, so before some of you guys got here, we discussed what we're gonna do with Rocky. That's leaving right now, so I can talk about him because he's leaving. Yes. So we talked to him. It may seem humorous, but we talked to him about, hey, you need to put together like a series of food videos, like teaching people how to cook, and then have your animals in it, and then make it funny by going completely naked with an apron on. Okay, and then we were like, hey, the thumbnail of it is gonna be him putting something in the oven, butt naked, blurred out. But we're gonna do that. And we're actually gonna see what kind of results we get, because we're incorporating in all the top things that people want to see. Yeah. So if you can do humor, that's great. But humor is hard to pull off in videos, especially if you're not comfortable with it. If you're not comfortable with it, just stay away. Stay away from it. You'll bomb. Okay, you'll bomb. Stick with what you're good at. So maybe if you're not good with humor, then do nutrition stuff, do food stuff, because that's what people want to see. This is the average interaction by length of Facebook videos. So again, this is not live videos. This is pre-recorded videos, and you can see here it's kind of weird, but I thought this was really interesting. So from 0 to 30 seconds, if that's the length of the video, you see that the rate of interaction is not very big. And then you go between 60 to 90 seconds long with your videos, and you see a huge spike in interaction when it comes to what they're doing, okay, with your video ads. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's a big number. So 60 to 90 seconds when you're doing your pre-recorded videos, that's what I would stick to. That's what's going to get you the most interaction when it comes to that platform. Bless you back there. Next one, average interaction by length of Facebook live videos. Okay, now we're getting into Facebook live videos. See something different there? So the longer your video goes, the more interaction you're going to get when it comes to live videos. So pre-recorded videos stick between 60 to 90 seconds. Live videos, okay, you should be 20 minutes is your sweet spot. 20 minutes. I know I see some grimaces out there in the crowd.
Does that have to do with people that hop on while you're doing it, or just overall views?
Yes. The longer you're on, you give people more time to jump on to your live to see what you're doing. But when you go live, it's all about the content that you're sharing. So when you're going live, that should be, quality content, and you'll be surprised that once you start talking about something, that once you're done and you stop it, you're like, oh shit, that was like 30 minutes long. Every time I go live and I'm teaching something, it's actually hard for me to keep it at 20 minutes. Okay? So just think about that. 20 minutes that's how long you want to go live. So make sure that when you do this, like for myself, I always have some sort of bullet points to make sure that I stay on track and cover the topics that I want to cover. So you can have it, on a whiteboard behind your video. You could have, I've had bullet points on my computer that I can see. It's all going to matter how you go live. Like you guys see the little Mevo camera up here sitting on the table? Okay, that's what I shoot a lot of my live videos on. That's how we're live right now, because it's actually pans out really wide. You can see a lot. It does really great videos.
Watching on the toilet bowl is amazing. Watching on Look really good.
So we're glad it's working. We're glad we're still live. It's good. It's good.
Didn't miss a beat.
It's a two-way feed, actually.
So the only downside to that is like they're like $300. So, okay. But if you're gonna be doing a lot of live videos, it's worth the investment to be able to use those. Okay. The audio on them's not bad either. So I mean, I'm all the way over here, and it's pulling audio right off the camera, and I can see that the audio looks like it's really good. So again, live videos. Make sure that they're good content. Biggest thing, you're going about 20 minutes long when it comes to those. Also, when it comes to marketing, what I'm seeing going into next year is that we're seeing a return of old school marketing. Okay, some people are getting tired of all the digital stuff, and they'd rather see more of the old school stuff that we need to bring back. I saw this picture on your free air guitars. Man, that's good marketing right there. That's good. Take one. So we've seen the banners again have made a comeback. All you've got to do with that is check with your city ordinance, or just put the banners out there and wait for them to come to you and say, "Why didn't you get a permit for this?" I'm sorry, I'll pay for that, or I'll take it down. That's what I used to do. I used to wait for the city to come to me. Usually I could get it up for like a month, and then they'd finally come by and go, "You have the $79 permit?" I didn't know I was supposed to. I'm sorry. Exactly. Yard signs. You know what I'm talking about with those little square yard signs with like the pegs on them. Those are really good to use when you are if you got like four-way intersections near your gym. Pick out the two busiest four-way intersections, and you put a yard sign out on all four corners. When someone stopped at the light, they can see it. Okay. With those, you want to make sure you put them out on Friday evening and pick them up on Sunday night, unless you want the city to come by and take a shit and throw it away. Okay. Some cities are different; they don't pick up, but most cities will come by and they'll trash your stuff. So if you got employees, that's a great job for staff members to do. Send them out Friday night and pick them up Sunday. Okay, that's what I used to do. Mailers. So what we are going to be doing with mailers this year is we are going to start targeting the senior baby boomer community with more mailers. Okay. We'll go over the stats for them. A lot of them are still digital wise. They're still on Facebook, but there's still a large group of them that are not. So we need to make sure that we're still getting in front of them. Okay, and I'm going to show you guys a way with mailers wise that we'll mail to them. You'll be able to grab contact information from like Info USA. So that's something, if you're in the elite program, we're going to be putting a whole thing together for you guys to show you guys how to do it. BNI groups. Who knows what a BNI group is? Okay. For you guys that don't know what a BNI group is, it's basically a group that you get together with every week, and there's one profession from your town in it. So let's say you got you as the fitness person, you got a massage person, you got a realtor, so there's only one profession allowed in that group. If you're not part of one of these groups, I would suggest trying it out within your area. Some of them work well. Okay, it just matters on your area and the people that are in your group. Okay, like I've talked to Shepard. It's close.
Nice.
And you know, we were talking about he wants to create his own. I'm like, great, man. There's nothing wrong with creating your own. Contacting people that you want in your group. Okay, and form your own group. And last thing is connecting with real people. What I'm talking about there is going out, getting joint ventures with other businesses, okay, and actually connecting with them, okay, person to person, talking to them, instead of everything being all about marketing digitally. You can create some really, really great connections when it comes to the joint ventures and working with other businesses in your area. It just takes time and for you to get out there and do it. If you have staff that can do it, that you trust to get out there and do it, great. And if you don't, then you just schedule the time. I mean, how many of us have a break in the middle of the day? A lot. Okay? We as gym owners, trainers, usually we work early morning, we work late at night. So we've got this time in the afternoon that we can get out there and connect, okay, with these other businesses. when it comes to connecting with those other businesses, time-wise, best time to do it is between 9 and 10 o'clock in the morning, because that's usually when the boss is there, the guys that can actually make the decisions. Okay. But once you make connections with these joint ventures, with these businesses, talking with the employees after you've made those connections is the best way to get them to actually like promote for you. Okay. What we used to do is do the flyers. We'd give them out to any of the local businesses that we're working with and ask them to put them into the bags of their customers. That's what always worked the best. Just having flyers set up inside, you know, someone's place, don't do that because it's a waste of your time. It's gonna be a waste of your money because that stuff will end up in the trash, and no one usually looks at that stuff. But if that business is actively putting them in the customer's bags, that's gonna get you results. And then what we used to do, we used to put a spot at the bottom for them to initial. The employee can initial, and then we pay them. We'd give them a $50 gift card for every person that came in with that flyer with their initial on it. Okay, you want to motivate the employees to sell for you. All right, moving on to YouTube. How many of you guys are regularly putting out YouTube videos? Not many? Okay. So, if you're not, this is something you really need to start looking into. And if video scares you, I'm sorry, but you've got to figure out a way. Because that's how people want to take in their content more and more, is through video. So eventually we won't even know how to read anymore. It'll all just be video, okay? Because our kids don't even, like, I know my kids, like, they don't even teach like cursive anymore in school. It's like all that writing is like, they just teach typing skills now instead. It's crazy. It's crazy, yeah. So it's gonna continue to go that way. It's gonna continue to go in that direction. So if you're not comfortable with video, either you get comfortable with it, or you find a staff member that's comfortable. That's not a problem with you not being the face of your company. If you've got somebody that has better energy than you, that's better on video, that's more comfortable, then use them. If not, get comfortable, okay? The more you do it, the more comfortable you're gonna get with it. Because YouTube is the new TV, and it's gonna continue to go in that route. Okay, all of you guys that have kids, young kids, okay? What do they watch all day? YouTube, right? All of them. Ah. Exactly. Okay? And that's something to think about. It's like, how many times do our kids come to us, hey, I want this? Because it pops up at, as an ad, when they're watching their kid shows and watching all these other kids' lives. What's so interesting about this? I don't get it. Okay? But that's the generation. Okay? And think how with them, as young as they are, as they continue to grow up, okay, it's gonna continue. And it's gonna eventually kill the regular TV. Everything is gonna go to that route. So if you're already building your channel, your audience, and you've putting on a good cooking show that you're naked all the time, okay, then you're good. I don't even think he's paying attention. I just called you out, buddy. It's okay.
What happened?
It's okay. You missed it. You'll have to go back and watch the live video.
On the toilet.
Start to finish.
But you've seen a lot of these people that are on YouTube. I mean, there's some famous people on there, and they got famous just by doing YouTube videos, man. Yeah. So all it takes is putting in the work.
The naked covers.
Okay, exactly. Okay, putting in the work. You put in the work, you can happen, and it's free. You're not having to pay for it. So if your budget is low and you're like, oh, I can't afford to market, well, there's a free option for you, but most people won't do it because it's too much work. All right. Advertising on YouTube. This is something that we're going to be getting deeper into going into next year. This is something that I'm putting more effort into research, into figuring out how we can best use the YouTube platform when it comes to our marketing. But again, that's coming soon.
Is that 5-second ads that you do right before a video plays?
There's multiple ways to do it now.
Well,
there's
the banners.
There's banners. There's ads that play before the videos, but now they've got the commercials in between.
15 seconds.
Yeah, your YouTube videos. Yeah. So
Facebook.
Yeah, I know. If you haven't seen them yet, I don't know when it came out, but I've seen them recently.
What is it?
So you'd be watching a YouTube video,
Yeah.
like you're like a couple minutes into it,
And
boom,
then the commercial,
a commercial
pops
pops
right up
into it.
And if they're less than like 15 seconds, you can't hit
You
skip.
can't, nope.
It's annoying as
Yep,
shit.
I know it is. I know it is.
Especially those surveys, they're like, I'm like, just give
Yeah.
me the skip survey button
Yeah.
now.
No, I know, but it may be annoying, but I guarantee you it's gonna get results. Okay, how many people have pop-ups on their website? If you don't have
Like the 3-day guest pass pop up or something like that.
any pop-up that when they're scrolling it pops up, how many people think they're annoying? Okay, really annoying, right? That shit works really well. I didn't like them at first. I'm like, I'm not putting that on my website. Okay, then I'm like, let me try it. So I put it on there, and our opt-ins like quadrupled within a week. So if you don't have an opt-in, that'll pop up on your site. Even though it's annoying, even though we may not like it, do it. Because it might not. Oh no, we got it down. Yeah, if we do your website, it's already Kevin just installed those on all the platform.
Your pop up is a free giveaway of is it the level 1 or the
I have multiple pop-ups.
4-week home fat loss?
Oh no, I got rid of the 4-week home fat loss. It's the
Okay.
level 1
Okay.
for our homepage, and then if they go to our sales page, like for a trainer, then it's a 4-part video series, a free 4-part video series.
Okay.
So I have 2 pop-ups.
Okay.
Yeah, just because it's 2 different audiences. Because a lot of people that go to the home page of my site, they might not be trainers. They could be
Regular people.
yeah, regular people. So the level 1 test apply, that appeals to both. Yeah. All right, moving on. So just expect we're gonna be getting into a little bit deeper when it comes to YouTube marketing. Okay, going into next year. All right, now we'll talk about some online training. How many people are already doing online training people online? Okay. So we got 2 you guys, 3. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. When it comes to online training, I would definitely take a hard look at this platform. I would not look at this platform right now as a primary source of income, but eventually it will be. Okay, I was just watching a presentation. What is it? The FitRanX. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah.
So I was looking at his online training platform and seeing what he's doing, because he just made 8 figures this year off that site. It's freaking crazy.
YouTube.
Yeah. And you know how we got famous?
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. You put in the work, okay, on YouTube, and we just blasted videos out there. But yeah, 8 figures with that. Most people aren't going to be able to do that right away, but I would definitely start looking into it as a second source of income when you have your current brick and mortar. Especially, I see this as being very popular as the millennials get older. Okay, because they're the ones, bless you, they're the ones that are, again, going more digital, not wanting the FaceTime with people. Okay, they would rather do everything from their computers, travel, and do all that. Okay, so looking into platforms that you can do. Trainerize is a popular platform, and we're actually still working on our platform that you guys will be able to use it to train people online as well. Okay? And it'll all be automated for you. Because you've seen, with the over the past few years, where the lack of people wanting to answer their phone and talk to you on the phone, more people want the text, okay, as the go-to platform that you want to reach them on. Email is the close second, but really people don't want that human contact. They don't really want to talk to you in person. Okay, they want to do it online. So if you're not a techie person, that's fine. Then you need to start looking to hire someone that is. Okay, that they can handle this stuff for you. And there's plenty of people out there. We hire all our people off of Upwork.com. If you guys don't know what that is, write that one down. Okay, Upwork.com. We hire all our digital people from there. We hire all our video editors from there. And I actually just put up a job for a web editor to help us with the workload that we have with editing websites and stuff like that for you guys. So, moving on to the baby boomers. Okay, so right now these guys are our largest demographic. They've got the most disposable income, and we are not marketing to them as a industry. Like it says here, they're not interested in challenges. Okay, that's again, that's a big thing. We're gonna get into that in a second. They're not interested in these 6-week challenges. They don't care about that. It does not appeal to them at all. They want different things than what we're doing. And if we're marketing to 35 to 55 to 65-year-old people, we may be getting the younger people, but we're not appealing, okay, to that generation. And because I really started putting a lot of thought into this weeks ago, on when I still owned my gym. We made most of our money off of this age group. So when I had my gym, we were running people from 5 o'clock in the morning all the way until 2 in the afternoon. We had like a 1 to 2 hour break, and then we'd be full again the rest of the day. But in those afternoon times that we have empty, we were running semi-privates or privates or partner training, okay, with these people in this age group. And if you're actually able to help them out, they will stay with you forever. Forever, yeah. Like most of the people that I train, I mean, they're with me 7 to 10 years. And like I was talking to some of these other guys, like they were with me 7 to 10 years, and like some of them got no results, none. They're like, yeah, we just like working out with you. Okay, yeah, we feel a little bit better. We know we'd be way worse off if we weren't doing anything. Okay, so it's, you know, getting them the results, or really listening to what they need. So if it's all about just getting them to move better, okay, to get out of pain, that's what you do. Okay, we're not pushing your goals onto them. Like I said here, they just want, most of them just want to move better. So like for me, I interviewed a bunch of people in this age group, including my mom and my dad, and asking them, you know, their thoughts, what they would want. And like my dad, he was like, hey, I would like to be able to walk up, you know, from my backyard. He's got a hill. So he was like, I'd like to go down on my hill and be able to walk back up to my house without getting winded. So okay, you know, that's good. He's got knee pain, and he got this TENS machine for his knee, and he's like, it's a miracle, cured. You know, I'd ask him, like, well, you know, this must be a good TENS machine. You know, he said, yeah, I spent like 20 bucks, Walmart. I think it's great. It's like, wow, because I know my TENS machine was like 200. Okay, but he thinks that thing's a miracle. So if you're able to fix their pain, you will be that miracle worker that they just can't do without. Now this group, they are, I wouldn't say, yes, they're less likely to be on Facebook, but you guys, they are there. They're there. We just need to market to them differently on that platform. Okay, and we're going to be going into next year, we're going to be launching a lot of new campaigns that are geared toward this. A lot. Like I asked my dad, because I knew before he was on Facebook like once a day at nighttime when he was done for the day, he'd get on his computer. But now that he's got a smartphone, he's on there 7 to 8 times a day. I thought that was pretty interesting. Okay. So imagine the technology that they're using on how often they're going to be on there, but they're there. They're on there. Now, these people are way less likely to give you their email address. They think that their email address is like their social security number. I don't get it, but I asked them, like, why do you think this? You know, well, they're like, oh, they can steal my identity from that. I'm like, no, they really can't. Yeah. But it doesn't matter what we say. Like, I try to convince my dad. I'm like, you can just subscribe to something and then you can unsubscribe. He's like, I don't know what that is. How do I do that? I'm like, I can explain it to you. He's like, I don't know. So, yeah. But yeah, I told him, and I'm like, what would convince you to give me your email address? He's like, nothing. You cannot do anything. I will not give you my email. I was like, damn, tough crowd. Yeah. But what we're talking with people, you know, we've got to connect with them where they are. Okay, we got to connect with them where they're at. So where are they at? Okay, I know we've talked with some of you guys about this.
Coffee shops.
Okay, coffee shops. golf course.
Gardening.
Okay, gardening center, good. Yeah. I know we talked about gardening, but I didn't even think about the gardening centers where they're going to get their supplies and stuff. Yeah.
Probably. Well, I mean, the other part too is a lot of them are.
Yeah, sewing stores.
Michael's.
Yep, Michael's Crafts. Yeah.
Crafts.
So
Craft time.
what you guys need to think about is, okay, this is where they're at. Now, how are you going to connect with them at those spots? What can you offer them at those locations? So like the golf course. You know, connecting with your local golf course, calling them and saying, hey, I'd like to put together a workshop for your members that I'm going to be teaching the 5 best exercises to do to increase their drive. Okay, so do it. You got to do it for free. This takes time. It takes work. But I guarantee you put in the time to get in front of these people and connect with them on a personal level, these people aren't going to leave you. It is going to be worth the time to get in front of them and connect, to get them in, instead of wasting so much time and effort on the digital stuff. That I'm not saying you shouldn't stop doing that, but we need to start splitting our time. Okay? Sure, of course.
I was just gonna say, where I've increased people in my afternoon time, because this is my kind of like my bread and butter between the 10 and 3 o'clock.
Gotcha, because Josh doesn't market.
I don't market. I go organic.
Save a lot of money that way.
Exactly.
Yeah, you do.
But
how long your client's been with you?
the average is 6 years.
Yeah. See.
So like, but this is what I get into with this type of stuff is I will do workshops for free where I will have that demographic. I'll have them bring in a friend.
To your facility.
Yeah.
Okay.
To the facility, like they'll bring in a friend for a free workshop, kind of like what we do during challenges and stuff like that. And I'll go over nutrition. I'll go over general movement.
So that'd be what, tier 2 of getting in front of people. So we have to get the people first in the door, but once we got them, then do other free workshops where they bring their friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's really where it's been. Is like I haven't gone to these places and like gotten these people, but a lot of them have, like we're talking about, like craft time or quilting retreats or the golf stuff and everything else. So doing that and having pull one person in and do all that stuff for free, that's where I've increased that.
Okay.
Like not even going out there and doing that.
Okay.
But offering that free stuff.
Good. So so what doing it inside your facility is another tool, okay, that you should have in your tool belt. But you got to get out there too. Yeah. If you can.
What about like an in-home seminar where like you invite you tell your clients to invite people over, kind of like the network presentations, and then you like just take some equipment over or something like that? And
And send it to someone's house?
Yeah.
Do like a private seminar.
Yeah,
That's a Tupperware party.
Huh? Yeah, I'll bring it in.
Favorite chef.
But you gotta be the naked chef.
The erotic toys party.
Can my apron say, "I'm sorry, I showed up naked"?
There you go.
Yeah, you gotta have a little flair on it.
Naked flair on it. I'll put my push-ups on there.
Listen, if you don't have baby oil on, you ain't doing
I'll
it.
make it work.
But no, that's a good idea. But it's still, the stuff you're talking about is still tier 2, because you still had to have connected with someone to do it in their house.
Got you.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
So for us, like going to like the more lucrative like home centers, because a lot of those front desk people are super excited for you to show up and be like, I want to help, and they're like, yeah, everybody here is dying, so please do. It's like,
I mean, any place you can connect with like that.
Some stuff with that though, like we have a lot of retirement communities, and a lot of times they'll have a board and they'll want you to go in front of them with a presentation before submitting
Good.
to their
Work on your public speaking skills. Don't be scared.
But
that's good. That's good.
Your point is break the ice.
Yeah, you've got to get out there, and actually, you can't hide behind your computers. Right? You can't hide behind your computers all the time. Get out there and actually get FaceTime with people. Yeah, get into your community. Because you guys have seen the guys that are really successful, the ones that actually get out there in the community and make these type of connections, and don't just sit behind the computer marketing, they're the most successful. They're making the most money. Because it's not just about doing one thing, it's about doing everything. Doing everything. That's what's going to make you really successful. Now, you figuring out your time to figure out how you're going to do that, that can be tough. That's the tough part. Okay? But that's something you got to look at as an individual on when do I need to start hiring out to take over this? Because going out and meeting people, usually you're the best one for it. You got the energy, you got the best energy for it. Okay? You can talk, you can let's say sell the best, okay, compared to staff members that may not be able to. But if you do have staff members that can do it, then great. With this age group, the phone still works. Okay, they'll still most likely talk to you on the phone. So one thing that we're going to be going a little bit heavier into, like what I said, was like the mailers, and then calling them after the mailers. Okay, Roach he gave this a shot.
2 years ago.
Yeah, it's a couple years ago. Okay, but I don't think we put enough effort into it to really give it a full shot to see how well it's going to produce for us. So we're gonna give that another shot to see what we can produce off that. Where we send them a mailer, so we had to put in contact with them when they see it in the mail. They'll see it and then throw it in the trash. That's fine. Okay, that's fine, because then we can gather their when we get those addresses. At the same time, you can actually get phone numbers as well. Okay, and then you can actually call them right after you send the mailer out to them. Hey, did you get that mailer for the free assessment that we sent you? Okay, and then getting them in just to give them an assessment. Because one of the things when I was talking to my dad, like on Facebook, he said he loves taking those stupid quizzes. Okay, I was like, interesting. I go, so if I had a cool quiz for you, would you give me your email then? He's like, no. I was like, damn.
Word puzzles.
but the quizzes and stuff like that. So working that into like in a fitness assessment, hey, come in. We'll tell you kind of what level you're at and what we think you need, like free. You're not selling it all at that point. Just pointing out the pain points that they have, and then you can soft sell them into, well, we could fix this by doing that. We could fix that by doing this. Okay. So we need to speak to them differently when it comes to marketing. Okay, we've already said this. We're going to be getting into a little bit deeper into how we need to speak to them when it comes to marketing. But it's all about focusing on their pain points. And like I said, we're going to be getting into that and putting together marketing campaigns for you guys that you guys will be able to use. Now, this topic here, I want to get your guys' feedback on, because for us, we've tried this. We've tried to get in front of this market for what? 2 years?
At least.
Is it 2 years, Tim? No longer?
No, longer.
Longer than that. Yeah. We can't figure out how to reach these damn kids. Can't figure it out.
That's because you're not on your Xbox talking to them.
No, I know, but I watch my son, and I'm like, yeah, because I'm like from my son. He's 13, and I always give him shit. Yeah, I go. Why don't you go meet your friends or do stuff? And they're like, why?
We are, right?
I talk to them
all the time.
on my headpiece. Why do I need to go meet up with them? I'm like, really? Yeah.
Because you can see their face
Do
and
you know
talk
what
to
they look
them.
like? Do you know what your friend looks like?
Yeah, I see him at school. I don't need to go out with him after school. We just talk. Talk my headset. We play together. Crazy.
It's crazy.
At
At least he's not overweight.
He was. He's gotten better now because he has to work out. So our son has to work out 3 days a week for him to be able to play Xbox.
There you go.
Yeah,
But
he
you
has
have to do that as a parent now. Like you have to afford. There has to be an emphasis.
But we've got to find a way to reach these kids where it's enjoyable for them. It can't be freaking death. Like to get them out there to work out 3 times a week. Gotta work out. I'll just take the Xbox.
I'll just take that.
Workout. Okay. But we're trying to find a way for them to actually enjoy it and want to participate.
Put an
So-
Xbox in the gym.
Yeah. So is it
And
something?
what? And they power it. They power it by the bike.
That'd be
Make sure
sweet.
they exercise before they play.
Is it something where you could reach out to maybe some of the kids in high school that have free periods and have them come teach the classes? Because that we talked about for the daycare stuff is you have to put somebody closer to their age in front of them.
No.
I still don't think that's going to get them to actually want to participate.
It's about how you create the program.
It's all about gamifying and
Exactly.
trying to find out how gamifying, where we need to take it, how far we need to take it
All the
to
way.
actually get them to engage.
It has to be extreme.
Yeah.
They're extreme. They don't know anything different other than pure games.
So, because you guys have seen, some of you guys have seen our initial kids program that we try to get out in the gym, stuff like that. Because I'll be completely honest with you guys. I mean, we've been working on this for over 2 years. We have not seen anybody run a successful kids program that lasted. You may get it up and running for a little bit, but how many of you guys have done it and then it dies? Okay, it dies.
Yeah, it was hard.
Yeah.
Doesn't really
Didn't
put a
you
lot of
get
effort
Ours
in.
is,
Yeah.
ours is on a year now, but one thing I can speak on
How
that,
big? How is it? Has it stayed big?
well, we're at 10 consistently, 8 to 10, right? The most we had was 15.
Okay.
But one thing that has been, one thing that I noticed was, to your point, because we still use the the kids' structuring system for the workouts. But when we began implementing park days and obstacle course type stuff, letting them
Getting them outside?
Dude, they loved it. It was hands down.
Okay. Okay.
So it was.
Just going off of what Shepard's saying is that you have to make the activities different, like like parkour stuff.
Yeah.
You got to pay
Yeah.
attention to what they're doing and what's more important to them. Because like for me, running my martial arts program, I've literally transformed my entire program to follow more of a trendy kind of feel. And so it goes back to like what you were saying, is like if you have themes, if you have things that are going to be like every week is going to be a different theme, every 10 minutes something changes, like it's always that, as opposed to we're going to do push-ups and then we're going to do like, because no one wants to do that stuff. And then when you talk about doing the whole gamifying stuff, like I think the company, in my opinion, that has the best gamifying approach is Hyper Martial Arts, where they actually have like these professionals saying, hey, we're going to work on these kicks, or we're going to work on these punches.
The flashy stuff, though.
But it's just normal things.
No, I know, but the kids want to do the flashy stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then you start gamifying all that stuff. They start getting points or competing. But if you take them through like parks and parkours and obstacle course races and stuff like that, because think about it, everyone wants to see action sports because that's what they enjoy seeing right now. No one is looking
like the
to
Ninja
be like
Warrior stuff.
that's my whole point. So if you make the approach of this more like an action sport, parkour or something like that.
So a different angle other than like fitness.
Exactly.
So I like the whole outdoor stuff and stuff like that, and possibly going that angle with making it a little bit more interesting,
But I don't
to
know
the
if you
kids.
can get to the kids and the teens. It's gotta be the parents. I mean.
Well, no, understand
problem
that
is
we
the
can
kids
get to the
don't
parents.
wanna do it,
But
they
exactly with
want
us as parents, what we have to deal with is our kids going, I don't want to go.
Exactly.
And if we run into that, then we're going to lose the parents. We've got to make it fun for the kids, where the kids aren't going to you guys going, I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
But that's gonna happen no matter what, though.
Yeah, but not
it's so
you want to
hard.
reduce that. Like,
Yeah, the more we can reduce it, the better.
Like,
No.
think about like martial arts, right? We
I
always have
agree.
the kids that fight the parents to go.
Right.
Yeah.
But the majority of them aren't because they like the activity.
For sure.
That's
No.
what you need to turn it into. Something
and
that
that's,
they want to do.
That's where you actually make your classes and your stuff fun. I mean, I'll give you guys an example. We did Parents Night Out 2 months in a row. We had 50 kids.
Yeah, the Parents Night Out thing was
At
good,
Parents
yeah.
Night Out. First one was atomic dodgeball. Literally 3 hours of dodgeball.
That's all they want to do now. I mean, we've got our group of kids, and the only thing they want to do is play dodgeball.
But that's my whole point
Well,
is.
what if
that
we just put a whole
doing that-
dodgeball tournaments together, and if they want to play dodgeball, screw it. We only play
But
dodgeball.
my whole point is.
They even cried when they played dodgeball.
All these kids are doing
God.
stuff. So the next thing you know, they start telling all their friends, hey, I can't wait to go do the next Parents Night Out. They're doing activities the entire time, and they're exercising, but
At
they're
the
not
same time.
exercising.
Yeah.
Well, you can't make it about exercise with kids. They don't.
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, like we've seen, it's got to be game based.
Yeah.
It's got to be game based, to make sure that they're actually wanting to do it. The outdoor stuff. I think I like, taking them outdoors. I even thought about, I mean, you guys, some of you guys know, like on my ranch. I was thinking about putting together like a kids camp where all these kids like playing Call of Duty. They come out to to our camp.
Airsoft.
That'd be
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, and then we
And then they get bit.
we roll through some real shit.
I know what that
Yeah,
is.
you guys think it's, you guys think your Call of Duty is all, sitting there in a freaking chair. We'll show you what it really like.
I'll show you what it's like to get shot, kid.
He's like, so again, so just put some thought into this, because again, we've been working on this for years, trying to figure out a way to reach these kids, because the rate of obesity with our kids are still rising. It was a big thing last year where people were actually talking about it, and then we couldn't reach them. So like this year, we've seen a drop off where it's like they just left them. We're like, nah, we can't figure out how to reach them, so we're just gonna forget about them.
We got to figure out how to bridge the gap, because
Yeah.
there's the kids that are naturally athletic that are already in sports
Right.
programs, and then there's the kids like we.
There's
pulled in
extreme.
into-
There's
like
extreme.
walk.
It's extreme. There's very few in between.
Yeah, and trying to get those obese kids
Yeah.
to just even go for a freaking walk
Yep.
in a hilly place and listening to them whine and bitch the whole time. I'm like, kid, you say one more word, I'm like, kill you.
No, I know.
Is it worth?
I wonder what the relationship is
Hold on.
between.
Oh, sorry.
I wonder what the relationship is between overweight parents and kids. Because if it's both, then you just
Oh, it's-
attack the family.
Well, no, that's true. I mean, the kids aren't going to be overweight unless the parents
Right.
are.
So it might even be like not even go for the
Yeah,
kids.
the
just do
kids
it.
don't go to McDonald's themselves and
Yeah.
order food.
So
Yeah.
that's-
Well, it might be like
Something like-
you got to like attack the family.
Since they're across the street.
All right, last one.
is it worth maybe looking at partnering up like a parents camp with like a kids camp? That way, like they do it at the same time, but they're separate.
A lot of time, if they're split, because a lot of times if the parent is visible to the child, they're distracted and they don't listen to the instructor. We've seen that quite a bit.
Okay.
If they can see each other,
Okay.
they have to be separated where they can't be like, oh, I'm gonna just go to mom over there because I can see her.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, again,
You have to have the right spacing for it.
yeah. So just again, we just need to put a little bit more thought into what we can do, okay, to kind of reach these kids.
Create a fitness video game.
So that's been done.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work. Yeah. All right, you guys, moving on. So another market that I see that has not been marketed to that we're going a little bit heavier into.
Is that Josh's
Man love.
program?
This is man
Right.
love.
Yeah. So we're usually all our marketing is geared toward females because females are 70% of the fitness market. Okay, which makes sense that we'd focus in on them. Okay, but we've started seeing a trend begin the end of this year that we're starting to see a lot more people starting to market to actual men. All right. So going into next year, we're going to be doing this as well. Okay. Now we're still going to be marketing to females. We're not leaving anybody out. We're just expanding, okay, who we're marketing to. Okay. So there's way fewer people marketing to this target. Because it's what we've seen this year, we're competing so hard with all these other people trying to get in front of these, 35 to 55-year-old females, that everybody's trying to get in front of them. Let's go after the markets that people aren't going after, so we don't have to pay as much, okay, to get these leads, to get these people in. And we were discussing this earlier this weekend with some of these guys, and something surprising was brought up with the loyalty of the men they've seen compared to the women, which I was a little surprised at. That their men have actually stayed with them longer, the men that they do have. Again, they've got less men than women, but the men that they do have actually stayed on with them longer than the females.
They don't shop.
That's I was interested. I was like, that's really interesting. Yeah.
But the ones they find something, they don't shop around anymore.
I guess.
Like women.
I guess. Yeah. Once we like something, we're like, yeah, this is it.
This is it,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't need a group on
Yeah.
that.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, so that's something to think about, that, yeah, we may not be getting in as many, but how long are we retaining them for? We're making the money on the long term, okay, the long term. All right, so, yeah, they, see more of the last tab, yeah, we see more at the end of this year, but we need to speak to them differently again than our female market, about reliving the glory days, it's never too late. I mean, the divorce rate, I don't even know what the divorce rate is these days. But, yeah, but how many people like in their 40s and stuff are men-wise are getting divorced? What do they want to do?
Online.
They need to get in shape, okay? Because they're getting back out into the dating pool. Okay, so we've got to hit on those pain points that those guys have with wanting to get back in shape, okay, so they can get back out there. All right. Group training versus team training. What do I mean by this? Group training, I'm talking about large group. So you're looking at, 20, 30 some people in a group. Team training, I'm talking about 2 to 4 in a group. So going into next year, this again circles back to the baby boomer senior market. Is working more with the team stuff, the 4 people to 2 people, charging a little bit more of a premium for those services and really filling up the empty spots that you have in the middle of the day. Because people are getting tired of going to these large group classes and not getting any personal attention. Okay, they come in, they're put through a workout. Okay, hopefully you guys aren't doing this with your large group, but there's a lot of facilities out there that are. That they come in, they get welcomed in, they get sold in to the class. Then once they're in, they're basically forgot about. There's never any form correction to them. They're getting injured. If they're not getting injured, they're not feeling it. Okay, with what's this worth to me? They're willing to spend the extra money if they're getting a better connection, a better experience, okay, from that service. They want that personalized program. They don't want the one-size-fits-all program. So going into next year, I see this as a lot more people wanting to convert over and pay a little bit more, okay, for these smaller group classes or team training. All right, let's talk a little bit about social media. All right, so yes, we've talked a lot about, you know, going away from the digital stuff, but we still, again, it's not about doing one thing. It's about doing all of it. All of it. So, when it comes to social media, this is a little formula that I've got for you. So, I'll write that formula down. I don't expect you, if you're not doing much on social media right now, to be able to get to this right away. Right? But working your way to being able to get up to this type of schedule is what you need to do to make sure that we continue to survive going forward. Okay, so Facebook, if you're able to at least do 5 posts a week, this could be your personal page, this could be your business page, because if you guys know, business page, if you're posting on your business page, you've got to be posting 3 to 4 times a day for them to see it one time. That's the algorithm. Facebook does that because they want you to pay for your business, pay for ads for people to see your stuff. They don't want to show your stuff. They want to make you pay for it. So that's what you have to post 3 times a day for the people that like your page to maybe see it once. Maybe see it once. And I guarantee you that's probably going to continue to get worse and worse as more marketers come onto the platform. But if you're able to do 5 posts a week, and you can use content. So a lot of stuff I'll post on like a private Facebook page, I'll post the same thing on my personal page. Because some people will see it on that page, some people will see it on my personal. Okay? Because you guys all should know by now that your personal page is no longer your personal page once you own a business. It's not personal anymore. Okay? It's just another business page. Go.
Are you sharing that, or are you actually just putting it up as another post?
I usually put it up as another post. Yeah, it's its own individual post. But you can do it either way. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be more beneficial to
just share for the algorithm?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I'd have to look into. I mean, I know sharing does help with your with the interaction and how they're grading. You know how good that post is. But you'd have to post it on your. Well, you'd have to post on your personal page, then share it to the private pages if you're doing that.
One downside to when you share it is that it doesn't expand like the whole post. So it
exactly.
Is like a link.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, so sometimes I'll share, but then I'll put the whole. I'll put the text back, you know, in that too.
Well, but that's kind of what I'm getting at. I mean, posting it to your business page and then sharing it to your personal page, so it links back to your business page.
To get more people onto your business page.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that the whole purpose?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I mean, like what we talked about with getting more people onto our private pages, so they can market to them there. Yeah, so I mean, I'd be pushing more people to your private Facebook pages, then you can share more content there.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But 5 posts a week for Facebook, Instagram, you know, daily videos. If you're doing at least 1 to 2 videos a week, I know that can be tough for people. But if you're able to do it, that's great. So just, you know, work on 1 video, you know, a week, then work your way up to 2. Promos, you should be doing at least 1 to 2 a month. Okay. Most of your content throughout the month, so 3 weeks of just content and like 1 week of promos. That's what it means by 1 to 2. Okay. Moving on to fitness challenges. Okay, as we've all seen, fitness challenges, the 6-week challenges, they've worked really well. We've seen a drop off this year in the amount of people that we can get in on this type of marketing, but it's going into next year. It's still going to continue to be a source of income, just it's not going to be our primary source of income. So we're going to still run 3 challenges a year, but don't expect the numbers that we used to get. It's just not. It's a trend that's just been hit so hard. There's going to be something new, and hopefully we can come up with that new thing. Okay, because I was thinking about this. It was the last night. Like, when was the first time I saw like a challenge? It was, I think, 2010. I think it was the first time I ever saw anything with a challenge where it was a nutrition company, you know, like an MLM, that was pushing a challenge. That was actually the first time I ever saw any challenge presented to me. So I mean, it's been around for years now, but I see it as continuing to decline going into next year unless we find something, you know, to change it. The people that are doing the win your money back, That's already on the decline. Okay, because I talked to like Sam, the guy that actually invented the winning your money back with the 6-week challenges. And with his facilities, he said he's seen a huge decline in the amount of people that are going in for those. You know, because people get they get it now. They're like, hey, we know we're gonna get, it's a bait and switch when, hey, it's free. They come in, no, it's $500. Okay, they've heard from all their friends. They know what's coming. All right. Now they're still getting people in, just not as many. Not as many. What I see is getting bigger going into next year is the corporate fitness challenges. So we can still do the challenges, but the corporations are a lot more interested in running that within their corporation, within their employees. Okay, so figuring out a way to connect with those corporations, getting in front of them, so then you can market that to their employees, possibly coming into your facility, possibly sending an employee, okay, to their facility, whichever way is going to work, but you got to make sure that it makes sense money-wise if you're going to be sending people to their facility. Okay. All right, so we covered this with the kids. So taking fitness outdoors. Going into next year, I want to see you guys focusing a little bit more on this. We as a society need to get outside more, okay? We are stuck inside all day long, okay? And then we just go from a job that we're stuck inside for, and then we come straight to a gym that we're stuck inside, and then we go straight home, then we're stuck inside. We have like no more, we're losing our connection. So I want you guys to focus on bringing that connection back, okay, with your members. By, setting stuff up. Do it twice a month on Saturdays. If you don't schedule it, if you don't get a system in place, it's never going to happen. But if you go, hey, every other Saturday, we're not meeting at the gym. We're meeting here. We're meeting there. We're going on a hike. We're going on a walk, run. Okay, we're doing something where we're actually getting outside. Okay. So the benefits of this, there's a ton of different benefits of this. With help with depression, energy. It helps with team unity when you actually get your people outside of your facility and they're not always seeing each other inside your place. I know a lot of you guys know this, where at the end of our challenges we run a ward party, and I always tell you guys, don't run inside your facility, because what we used to see is, it was weird, but whenever they hang out outside of the facility, they become like, your members become like real friends instead of just gym buddies.
Right.
You see them hang out at a, you do your ward ceremony at a restaurant, a bar, and then all of a sudden they're like, yeah, we went out last weekend together. Well, you've been working out together for like 3 years. Well, what changed?
You're like, oh yeah, I was over so-and-so's house for dinner and blah, blah, blah. It's great.
So it's great to get them out of your gym, okay? For some reason, it causes better team unity, and they start hanging out together. Okay. And then just overall health. So ideas for taking them outside, taking them on hikes, runs, play sports, do volleyball, kayaking if you're around water, paddleboarding, basketball, soccer, camping. If you can put together like fitness retreats, okay? Just get them out of your facility, get them outdoors doing other stuff.
Don't.
What's that?
Okay.
Oh, sorry, buddy. So I was like, don't. Don't what?
Wow.
Read my mind. Read my mind.
You can zoom in.
I don't know what.
I can send you these slides too.
Oh.
And I'm typing it all out. So.
Or it's
It's really easy to export this and send.
Listen, he's special.
All right, so next one, we're getting to the end here. I gotta speed this up. So Friday night fun. So what I suggest you guys doing, I brought this up to Chad Smith at the last conference I spoke at in Atlanta, where I forgot where I got this from, but somebody was like, "Oh yeah, we just did yoga and then we drank wine afterwards." They go, "It's great." I was like, "Interesting." They go, "Yeah, there's like 80 people there." What? Really? Interesting. Good.
Like a free workshop type event?
No, you just
No.
work out and then
You just work out and drink.
No, I'm saying like current members are marketed as public.
What's that? Oh no. So this would be just start it with your members inside the facility, and then you could turn it into, hey, if you guys want to bring your friends, go ahead. You can turn this into a way to get new people in. But starting off is just more for your members. Your members. Yeah. So make it, again, if you don't schedule it, it's not going to happen. So the first Friday of every month, okay, say first Friday of every month, this is what we're going to do. It's going to be, workout and wine. You know, whatever you want to do. Just throwing shit out there. Okay? Yeah, because on Friday nights, how many of you guys are pretty dead on Friday nights?
It's horrible.
Yeah, because your people are out drinking, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to be out drinking anyway. Why not drink with you? Okay?
Why don't I just go out with
You ain't going to stop? You ain't going to stop them. So make it fun for them. Yeah? So this is they get warmed up in your facility, then move on from there. Okay, for their Friday night activities. So be careful how you work this with insurance and liability. Be careful with that one. Okay, disclaimer.
Do you recommend we put pre-workout in the alcohol?
Yeah, do that. It's always good.
Upper and a lower.
Okay. But again, I'm trying to give you guys
everything you think it would be.
I'm trying to give you guys some ideas, kind of what you guys can do, thinking outside the box, because it's all about, again, the experience that you're creating for your client inside your facility. So, you know, bringing their own wine, they hang out after the workout, after class. You got good music. You guys have seen people already do this, like the workout party type thing, okay, where they've got, you know, the lights that are dimmed. They've got like club lights going on inside their place. You know, throw a themed workout in with that. Okay, again, good music. It's all about that. But it's all about getting this thing scheduled. So it doesn't have to always be workout and wine. You can kind of go back and forth between a couple. But you know, make it the first Friday of every month that you're gonna do that for your members. Okay.
There you go.
And the last thing I got for you is all about putting on a show. So all this stuff that we've been covering, it's again, I'm trying to get you guys to think outside the box and what more you can do for your members, because that's what we've seen as the deciding factor when it comes to these people staying with you. You know, they don't like working out. You know, some of us don't even like working out. Okay, some of us weirdos do, but so most people don't like working out. Our job is to distract them from the pain, from them not wanting to work out, by putting on a show for them. Now again, it's almost like what we talked about with the kids, with gamifying stuff and how to disguise basically them actually working out. And with all these different ideas that I've taken you through, these are all ways, again, that you can create a better show inside your facility and entertain them. Even if you don't like hearing it, if you're more on the science side of things, like, no, it's all about the programming. It's all about doing, the boring workouts because they get results. Yeah, go ahead and do that, but I guarantee your clients are going to leave you. Yeah, you've got to have a balance. You have to have a balance between the two. So you can give them the proper programming, what they need, but disguise that shit with giving them wine afterwards. Okay. All right, you guys. That is all I've got for you for today.